So Cheryl Reeve was known for a while as being the number one Caitlin Clark hater coach. She was known for the going on Twitter and basically saying the WNBA is about more than one player.
Cheryl Reeve just shook up the WNBA with a major admission. After months of downplaying Caitlin Clark's influence, Reeve finally acknowledged what fans had been saying all along. Clark has forever changed the game.
Just beautiful. That's the way it should be.
It's safe to say Cheryl Reeve is finally feeling the Caitlin Clark effect. But here's the kicker. Reeve didn't just give Clark a little credit. She went all in, claiming Clark is driving the league's recent growth. This isn't just a big deal. It's a seismic shift in how the WNBA views its future. Curious what made Reeve change her tune? Stick around, because we're diving into all the details. First, let's rewind to when she was initially asked about Clark.
But as a coach of the home team, there's going to be a lot of people cheering for that other side.
I don't give two shits.
How about one?
Not even one shit.
Remember how stubborn Cheryl Reeve was about Caitlin Clark before the season? Reeve wasn't just skeptical. She was outright dismissive of all the Clark hype and had little patience for her fans.
Obviously have an issue with Caitlin Clark.
You might remember her famous line about how the WNBA is more than just one player, as if she was trying to put out a fire before it even started.
When it comes to her relationship with Caitlin Clark fans, it was a bit prickly for a large chunk of the season because Reeve was very dismissive about questions regarding Clark and the Olympic team.
But something changed, and you won't believe what Cheryl Reeve said in her latest interview. It's like she did a complete 180. So, how did Reeve go from dismissing Caitlin Clark to calling her a game changer? Well, get this. Reeve didn't just admit she was wrong. She went all in on Clark's impact, giving her full, no-holds-barred praise.
And it's nice to see Reeve go from sort of annoyed about answering Caitlin Clark questions to offering that praise and realizing what has happened for the women's game as a whole.
Reeve actually said that 80% of the league's recent growth is because of Caitlin Clark. Let that sink in. This isn't just a casual compliment. It's Reeve essentially admitting, I was wrong and Clark is the real deal. But what caused the sudden change? What made Reeve eat her words?
Tone seemed to change. And she talked about the growth of the game as a whole in her exit interview, which I thought was well said and thoughtful.
Cheryl Reeve has finally admitted what fans have been saying all along. Caitlin Clark is revolutionizing the WNBA. After months of downplaying Clark's impact, Reeve now credits her with 80% of the league's recent growth, sparking a wave of excitement across the basketball world. But it wasn't just about the stats. Reeve saw the shift firsthand in her own city, where the Minnesota Lynx experienced record ticket sales and fan engagement this season. The buzz around Clark has transformed the WNBA into a major event, filling arenas, and even making it the hottest ticket in town. The hype isn't just about Clark's play. Reeve compares her influence to the growth of Major League Soccer, predicting a similar mainstream appeal for women's basketball. And it's not only Reeve who's come around. WNBA star Satu Sabali recently praised Clark, acknowledging her power to pack stadiums and bring fresh fans to the game. Sabali even noted her team's home opener sold out, despite being a practice game, thanks to the Clark effect. Clark, Sabali says, is her own economy, a rookie talent who is shifting the game for everyone around her. And let's be clear, Clark is not just holding her own in the league, she's setting new standards. With averages on track to make her the first rookie to reach at least 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists per game, her performance has ignited a rookie revolution. Yet she's not without flaws. Clark's turnover rate is currently the highest in the league. But even with that, her impressive shooting and leadership qualities place her in superstar territory. The league-wide impact goes beyond just filling seats. Attendance skyrocketed this season, with WNBA arenas packed like never before. The Indiana Fever alone brought in more than 600,000 fans this year, a level of enthusiasm not seen since 1999. And the effect spills over to national TV broadcasts, viewership numbers for the WNBA Finals reached levels unseen this century, bringing in millions of new viewers, including people who might never have watched a WNBA game before. Veterans who once viewed Clark as a flash in the pan are now some of her biggest supporters. Even seasoned player Diana Taurasi praised Clark's dedication and resilience, acknowledging how Clark's love for the game and work ethic have drawn fans from every corner. The kind of energy she's brought is reshaping women's basketball, opening doors for new fans and igniting excitement that many longtime players had hoped for. But Clark's influence extends beyond the court. Bars across the country are packed on game nights, not for NBA playoffs or March Madness, but for WNBA games. It's not just a game anymore. It's an event, with diverse fans tuning in, debating, and celebrating women's basketball like never before. College basketball fans, who used to only follow March Madness, are now avid WNBA supporters, especially for teams like the Indiana Fever, even when they're not playing Clark. Despite Clark's influence and the clear surge in interest, some skeptics still downplay her impact, suggesting that the league's success isn't solely about her. But the numbers are undeniable. The WNBA has grown its ticket sales by 93% since Clark's arrival, a trajectory that would have taken years without her influence. TV viewership is up 400%, a staggering increase that even the league's most loyal supporters couldn't have predicted. This season, attendance for games featuring Clark averages around 15,300, a number that's setting new standards and pushing other teams to the spotlight as well. The Fever pitch isn't confined to Clark's games alone. Her presence has sparked widespread interest in the WNBA, encouraging casual fans to become die-hard supporters. The million-dollar question: can the WNBA sustain this momentum? Clark has not only raised the bar, but is ushering in a new era for women's basketball. It's clear this isn't just a passing moment. With Clark leading the charge, the league is experiencing a rebirth, evolving from background noise into a powerhouse sport. We're witnessing a seismic shift, and if this is just the beginning, the future of women's basketball is brighter than ever. Once seen as just another young talent, Caitlin Clark has quickly become the heartbeat of women's basketball. Veterans, once skeptical, are now her biggest fans. Even legendary players like Diana Taurasi are praising her dedication, resilience, and pure love for the game. Clark's energy has reshaped the game. She's bringing in fans from everywhere, something we've all been waiting for. It's not just a game anymore, it's a national event. For the first time, fans are filling bars for WNBA games, not just NBA playoffs or March Madness. People are tuning in, debating, celebrating women's basketball like never before. Even teams like the Indiana Fever have seen a surge in support, drawing fans who used to only watch college tournaments. Clark's influence is sparking a whole new wave of enthusiasm, bringing in audiences who are here to stay. The numbers speak for themselves. Since Clark's arrival, the WNBA has experienced explosive growth. Ticket sales are up 93%, and viewership has climbed 400%, figures that would have taken years without her influence. Games featuring Clark now average over 15,000 fans, a historic number that's setting new standards. Her presence isn't just boosting her team's games, but it's putting the entire league in the spotlight. The real question is, can the WNBA keep this momentum? Clark has done more than raise the bar. She's sparked a transformation in women's basketball, making it a cultural phenomenon.